Good afternoon and welcome to this Tank Cast. We are coming to you live from Barnett Stadium in Middletown, Ohio, as the West Portsmouth Tanks get ready to take on the undefeated Butler County Broncos. The West Portsmouth Tanks come into this game with a record of 5-0. Right now, they're averaging about, well, we'll put it this way, folks. It's day and night offensively, as last year we have 4 games where we scored 21 points or more. This year we have not had a game where we scored below 32. Butler County comes in with a record of 3-0-1, their most recent game being a tie, an 18-18 tie, the first ever tie in BCFL history against the Cincinnati Gators. And now we are seeking to play, and it looks like our only common opponent is the Dayton Oilers, which the Butler County Broncos beat 34-20, and last week the Tanks beat 53-6. Of course, we all know that common opponents definitely don't say much. And Nick, we've certainly got a big game on our hands today, don't we?
Absolutely. I mean, we got 2 teams that are going to be willing to go to the league title game. I mean, these 2 teams could very most likely go on to the BCF, go to the actual league title game. I mean, these 2 teams, they have the potential to do it. And the Broncos are going to be a huge test for the Tanks if they want to be able to go undefeated this season, which they are wanting to do.
That's well said, Nick. And it looks like this is going to be a little bit different from what we're used to seeing, as the Broncos have quite a rushing attack. It's hard to tell given given what I mean is their players have been, like, they've missed Rob Givens, one of their key backs, for a few games, and Rob's averaging 7 a carry, and then Ricky Cardwell, I believe he's out today, but Ricky's had 408 yards on the year and is averaging 8 a carry. So right now, the offense for the Broncos is averaging about 24 a game while allowing 20. And so it's going to be an interesting game. I expect they'll try to spread it out, and they'll probably – I would not be shocked to see Rob Givens get 30 touches tonight.
I would not be surprised at all. I mean, he is a very good athlete, and I look for him to give us maybe a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he's got a reputation throughout this league. As you usually see those big, tough runners that can get the yards but don't have the speed to break downfield. And then you've got the runners that can break downfield but might not be able to get the tough yardage. But Rob is a combination of both, and he will be an absolute animal to stop. What's going to be interesting, Rob, or Nick, is defensively. How we handle things. We've really been aggressive this year, as we have 26 sacks, and really we've allowed only 300 yards all season. So I'm curious to see how this team adapts to, a team that realistically is probably going to be, capable of moving the ball some.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, their running game is very solid. I mean, their team, I guess. Well, we played against this team last year, and it seems like it's about the same team as they were last year, if not a little bit better. But I look to see them on the ground a lot today.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to probably. The Tanks are a team that like to. They do run the T sometimes. Usually it's to run the ball and close out games, but most of the times they are more of a quick strike offense, and their weakness has been the offensive line so far. And last week, for the first time all season, we got some good blocking there, but struggled a little bit moving the ball. And the Broncos will definitely be a test of that, because they're a team that likes to, they like to run the ball. They like to chew the clock some, while the Tanks are more quick strike.
Yeah, quick striking. And the Broncos, I like to think of this matchup, it's how the Tanks' D-line will fare against the Broncos' offensive line. Because the reason why I say that is because this is a run-first team, the Broncos are. And the Tanks are good at matching up against teams who are good with the run. But the Broncos is one of the best teams out there when running the ball. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup to see how it goes. Look for that to be a key factor in this game.
Well said, because, I mean, we've played some lines. And one thing that Brian Roten loves to do on defense, he loves to send the house. And he loves to apply lots and lots of pressure. He will blitz up the middle. He'll blitz from the sides. I mean, it's very rare that he sends fewer than 5 guys running at the line of scrimmage. So I'm curious to see how, because this team will be a little bit different in terms of what we played and in terms of the skill level of their offensive line. So I'm curious to see how we're able to, to come in and adapt to this.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to look like an unstoppable force in the Broncos' offense. It's an immovable object in the defense of the Tanks. I mean, these two teams, they been on their backs of their defense and offenses. We'll just see which gives out first.
That's well said, Nick. Offensively, losing Jermaine Payton to the Buccaneers was a big, even though he didn't really, because most of the games he tried to let the younger guys develop, he's a big loss. But somebody who's made quite a contribution this year is Michael Clay. He's the leading receiver right now, and Michael is very young and just fresh out of high school, but right now he has 8 receptions for 302 yards, averaging 37.7 yards a reception. So I'm curious to see. This is his opportunity to really step it up and be a leader, just like Jermaine did when he picked up 120 receiving yards, including an 86-yard touchdown reception against the Lightning.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's going to be a huge miss. We wish him the best in Williamsburg, or as they're called, the River City now. We wish him all the best, and good luck the rest of the season.
Well said, Nick. That's going to be – looks like we're getting ready now. The Tanks and the Broncos are approaching midfield to do the coin toss. Looks like for the captains tonight, we're going to have big number 0, Steve Lee, one of the Bash brothers. Number 5, Jontez Jones.
Looks like Chance Freeman is also out there, too.
Yeah, Freeman Island. There's Luke Brown, Justin Staggs. Yeah, Staggs. And got Chris Hill, C. Daddy Hill, and looks like number 21, Charles.
Hollywood himself.
Yeah, some good sportsmanship shown there early, and looks like we'll have this toss off here in a second.
These two teams have been itching to get at each other too. I mean, they've been talking. Both teams have been talking all week, saying who's going to get this game going, because this is going to be a playoff caliber game. I mean, these two teams are going to they are on their quest to be, as we approach the midway season. These two teams are on their journeys to reach the league title game, and they both have to go through each other. And I'm going to be honest with you, we very might well see them again. I mean, we already get them; they have to come to us late in the season, but we very might well see them again for the league title game.
And that's very possible, Nick. And, I mean, that's going to be a tough road when you think about it because, I mean, I'm going to say now, I mean, again, this is very, very early, but it wouldn't surprise me to have to see the Lightning and then the Broncos back-to-back. And it's very, very important
that could be rough.
That we get home field.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, I mean, these are two teams. Looks like the Tanks have won the toss.
Hang on.
And they are.
The Tanks have won the toss. They have deferred. And it looks
right.
like they're going to give the ball to Butler County.
Butler will be receiving, starting the game.
Yep, they will take the ball. So.
Butler County Broncos elect to receive.
All right. We're off to the
game. The game is about to begin.
We're down to almost 2 minutes, so getting ready to get it going and get started. So we'll see what happens here. Butler's got, I'm going to say, what did you say, Nick? They probably got a good 40, 50 guys down there.
Yeah, they got quite a few.
They're definitely amped for this game.
Well, as we get ready, we are getting ready for the game. So right now we're going to stand for the national anthem. We'll be right back.
All right, the national anthem has been sung. She did a really good job on that, and well, we're about ready to play ball. Nick, one good thing I'm seeing is we're seeing some orange in the crowd tonight, and it's definitely good to see. One thing about both our team, and one shout out to give today is to Steve Lee. He did a phenomenal job getting really. That's the thing. Steve is the type. He has an impact on the field, a strong impact, but his leadership off the field this week resulted in this good turnout for us. So that's definitely going to be, things like that are very, very important. And now, looks like we're getting ready to take the field here. So Tanks are kicking off. Butler County's going to receive.
Looks like Zach Christensen is going to be teeing it up real quick.
Yep, and Zach's been off to quite a start, Nick. That's good you mentioned that because he's got he started off. He's 9 of 14 on the year kicking the ball, but and on extra points, but he's hit 6 of the last 7, and those extra points are a lot harder now. Mm-hmm. All right, so Zach kicks off. He runs it, ball's in the air.
It's a deep one, too.
It's a deep one, caught at about the 15-yard line. It's run back, looking for a hole. He can't quite see who that is. Oh! Hollywood Johnson levels him down at the 23. Just spears right through him. Wow, and that looked like an open hole, but Hollywood took advantage of it. So the Broncos are going to start with the ball 1st and 10 on their own 23. Tanks on defense. So
now we're going to see the matchup I called before we even started this game of how well the defense will do against this Bronco rush attack.
That's a good question. That's this is the first time. Seeing their line for the first time, they've got some good size.
Yeah, they got some big old
good
boys.
Gosh, that left tackle's a brick wall, and they're coming out. Tanks are on defense, show them 4-man front. Broncos out and pistol. Let's see. Now they're coming out in shotgun, back to the right, 2 wideouts to each side, and
they send a man in motion.
Man goes in motion, running back goes to Tanks rush, and the ball is over. It's quickly thrown, but over the head of, that's number 25. That is, looks like it's Kozak. Okay, so Kozak passes incomplete, so 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah.
All right, Tanks come out on defense. Looks like they're going to come out in a 4-man front again. They've got Luke Brown and Dion McKinley at the ends.
Uh-oh.
The Bash brothers, Steve Lee and Dom Johnson, playing tackle.
What's up,
Broncos
Vermillion?
come out in pistol this time, 2 wideouts to each side.